Hello there everybody, welcome to the stream. We are starting 2 minutes early, but hopefully nobody minds. I was just sitting there staring at the screen anyway, so hopefully it's okay. So once again I tried to do some digging around my microphone options, try to balance it better because I can tell that it's far from ideal, but sadly I couldn't do much really. So something that I learned about my microphone is it's apparently famous for being very hard to balance, especially on the USB version, which, surprise surprise, I have. So there's nothing I can do for now. I might look into buying a different microphone, but this is what we get as far as I'm concerned. I tried balancing it a little bit better. I hope I'm better, more easy to hear than the game is. And the very weird thing about my microphone is whenever I try to record on OBS, it sounds really good. Like, I have no issues with that. You can probably hear that on my videos. I really don't do anything different on those. I just record on OBS, on Audacity, and it just works. And when I try to record through OBS, it's a total mess. But never mind that, let's get to the stream. So what are we going to do today? Frankly, I don't have a lot of stuff planned. I did promise I would grind a little, but I didn't have as much time this week as I hoped for. And one thing that I really wanted to get is one of the skills from the thieving skill tree. So let me show you where that is exactly. We leveled up a bunch of stuff it seems, but before we go there, let me show you the skill that I have in mind. Wait, what? Have I been... Oh, okay, never mind. Hey Mike, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the game is really fun. It's very bare bones, it's very early, so there's a lot of stuff that can be improved, but frankly, it's only going to get better from here. So, the reason why I have so many skills with unadded skill points is I died just a moment before the stream, so we are going to be missing some XP. That was something that I was wondering actually, if you lose skill XP as well when you die, and obviously the answer is yes, because I'm pretty sure that I was higher than level 16 in mechanics. Or maybe I wasn't, maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. In any case, yeah, we can check that out next time when we die. We should set some kind of a skill that will be our outlier, that we remember where it is at, and then whenever something happens to it, we will know. But I'm pretty sure that I was 17 mechanics already, but that's not an issue because we can just dismantle this a little bit and it should be okay again. There we go. So please let me know if the music or the game is too loud, too quiet compared to my voice. Like I said, I have once again redone everything from the scratch, so I didn't really have time to test the balancing. Hey Leo Manjos, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. So, we are going to get ready, and what I'm going to be doing today, like I said, we don't have an elaborate plan of any kind, but I have an idea as to what I want to get done today. Okay, where did I just travel to? So, those weird portals, they lead to your personal player bunker. I should imagine that it's going to look slightly different when they get around to doing it, but the player bunker, it's like your headquarters, where you can switch your characters, where you have access to your storage, where you can store all the items that you have collected throughout the game, and you also have access to workshop, where later on you will be able to craft a ton of cool stuff. Right now it's only bandages, but we already had crafting for a while. Crafting is going to appear again. But just not quite yet, because it was a little bit broken, to be frank. Also, I almost forgot, if you guys would like to hop on in the voice chat, I am available on Persist Online's official Discord. The channel is always open, so if you want to hop in, say something, ask me a question directly without typing, or if you just want to sit, speak with me, I am more than happy to. have somebody to talk to be honest. Alright, I don't have no idea why I'm moving these around. So right now, bunker, not really much going on. Most of the options are still completely useless, but it used to be a lot of crafting, a lot of recipes. All of the gathering that we are doing right now, we are doing it purely to gain additional skills, but those resources that we obtain, they used to be very useful for researching and creating better gear.
Junction stronghold. It's clean. It's safe. I could be at far worse places these days.
Yeah. So Junction stronghold, just like our guy said, it's the initial area, the very first safe zone that we have already seen many times. What I want to do today is level up my thieving a little bit. I mentioned that I want to level up the skills. The skill that I'm mostly looking for, there we go, Thievery, is this one, the Ghost Walk. It ignores negative effects on movement speed, so for example, if you fall down from a roof and break your leg, this is going to cure it, probably. It pacifies all targets that have aggro on you, so every single zombie that was attacking you does not do that anymore, and you're unable to gain aggro, so if you approach a zombie, you are going to be completely safe. It's only 5 seconds, but I think that's a lifesaver, especially in conjunction with the skill that I have been using recently, the turret. There we go, I'm going to level up to the next threshold. So the turret we already saw, we deploy it, it shoots stuff, it has infinite ammo, or rather it has a finite amount of ammo, but it doesn't use any ammunition from our inventory, so that's great. And it takes the damage that our weapon has. So if our best weapon, the steak knife, is 108 DPS, the turret is going to do that every single shot. Or actually, now it says, has DPS equal to 300% of max weapon DPS. So that was rewarded, which is great. And the important thing to mention, after our feedback from last 2 streams, the turret has been slightly reworked. It used to be that it instantly popped you into first person, facing in a random direction. It was very, very disorienting. That has been changed. Now when you enter the turret, we are going to see that in a moment, you by default see yourselves in the third person, and then you can choose to switch to first person if that is what you want to do to aim better. So overall amazing. And one more important thing, the turret now makes a sound, aka when it shoots there is audio feedback from that. It used to be completely silent. Okay, so the way we level thieving is we need to have these in our inventory. The lockpick used to be a wire cutter. Actually, I lied, the wire cutter is still in the game, it's just, you know, it looks like this. You walk up to different interactables that can be lockpicked. That's mostly just coin parkometers, stuff like that. I have already been walking around the city a little bit, looking for places where we could find those parkometers. So I have a rough idea of where we want to go. Wait, I just made a loop, didn't I? There goes me having a rough idea. In any case, we are going to explore the city a little bit, kill a little bit of zombies along the way. I'm going to show you the turret right now. As you can see, we are in third person now. The character just sort of stands, hangs onto it awkwardly. It's not perfect, but you can zoom in. And there it is. It's very loud, as you can hear probably. And the interesting thing is, I have no idea how to adjust the turret's sound. And it seems when I zoom in, actually, sometimes it shoots while I zoom in, sometimes not. Right now I am only pressing my right mouse button and it's shooting, but like 10 seconds ago we saw that I was able to zoom in without shooting straight away, so I don't know what's going on, but whatever. Yeah, that's the area more or less cleaned up. Let me know if it is too loud, the turret I mean. I can turn it back a notch still. But a weird thing about it is you can't actually adjust just the gun sounds. I don't know if that's for gun sounds in general or just the turret in this case, but I tried turning down all the settings for sounds and it did not change at all, so very weird. Also, another cool thing that we learned recently, can you see this weird reflection, right? It's actually a glitch. What you're seeing here, if I am able to do this properly, is one of the loading screens for the game. The reflection in the car. Maybe, yeah, not right now, but yeah, it's weird. Don't look at it too much because it's going to get trippy. Just a very weird glitch that reappeared recently. We used to have that before, I think. But now it's back with a vengeance. Alright, I don't think we are going to find any parkometers in this area. But let's just follow up down to the end of the street and then we can move elsewhere. So right now I'm using my knife because this area is a little bit populated with zombies. We don't want them to swarm us instantly. Oh, that's a big fat policeman. There we go. They're getting a little bit tougher. We are a fair amount of... I forgot what I was going to say. We're a little bit further away from Junction, so it's definitely going to be tougher. Okay, that's Parkside. I like it that all the areas have names now. It makes things way easier to navigate. It's not like we have a map, there's only the compass right now, so it's not perfect, but it's definitely a step up from what it was before. Okay, let's move this way, perhaps. We don't want to get tangled with too many zombies, since we don't exactly have too many healing items. Okay, there's a market. I don't really want to enter any buildings right now, because that is always risky. Inside of buildings, especially on higher floors, for whatever reason, stronger zombies start to appear, so... Unless we are very hard pressed to find some better loot, which we aren't, we are just leisurely leveling our skills. Yeah, we don't need to go there at all. There's some businessman zombies, that's... I don't know, an office worker perhaps. What I miss from the original, there used to be this special kind of bikini zombie. What I mean by original is the older version, before they released the new models. I think they were either made super quickly, or they were even some stock assets from the engine. Couldn't tell you for sure, but... Rotten Meat, I haven't seen this one before. And it's worth 63, that's pretty cool. We also got a sniper rifle, which I haven't really used before. We might want to check it out, see how it fares. A ranger knife. Okay, so the way items work in this game right now, the only way to find a good item is you have to get lucky. As you can see, most of my items are green. Some of them have these green arrows, which means they can be upgraded to green. The only way to find a good item is to find an item that is already of higher rarity or can be upgraded to higher rarity. This knife, even though it's interesting, right, it cannot be upgraded. It's just poor quality, it's never going to get better. I mean, I'm going to take it because it seems to be $200, which is insane. I'm definitely selling that, but we are not going to be using this one. Right, as you can see, there's an option to break open into cars. You need a crowbar for that. We have one, but I don't really want to do that right now. Breaking into cars levels your street smart skill, which is, I feel like, very melee related. I'm really not into melee right now. I mean, that's pretty rich coming from me, since I'm running around and stabbing zombies with a knife. But you know what I mean. In my build, I don't think there will be a lot of melee. Okay, so we made a huge detour, we just made a huge loop around this whole block. Let's see if those parkometers over here can be interacted with again. Doesn't seem so. Oh, actually one of them can be. So let's break into the coin pouch, retrieve some coins. Now, a cool thing about coins, it's something I'm going to show you in a moment. Let me just see if there's anything worth from that zombie. I'm not collecting junk, mostly because since there is no crafting, we don't need it that much. There's going to be 2 boxes from which we can extract some more coins. There we go. Phone booths. Now, to restore our HP, as you probably know, we can use the bandages, which can be crafted, which I don't have a lot of. I could have way more, because on our last stream we found a place that simply sells them, and it's right next to an area that gives you incredible amounts of money, where you can simply cut down trees that are worth like 500 a pop. But while playing around with the turret, that's one thing that I wanted to complain about actually. The NPCs completely disregard the player. So when we have a gun drone or when we are sitting on a turret,
I put it in my backpack.
Yeah, we just inserted a bunch of coins and got water for that, and for whatever reason we cannot stack it anymore. I have no idea what's going on right now. We used to be able to stack this stuff. I'm clicking and it pops right back into the inventory. Well, whatever, it's not the end of the world, we won't be looting a lot, but let me get back onto what I was saying. So, with the turret, right? When you are sitting and operating a turret, all the NPCs are going to, without discrimination, just start walking in front of you. Like, not instantly, but it is going to happen, because, you know, they're patrolling or whatever, and they have no qualms just walking in front of your massive gun. And more often than not, you are going to shoot them before you realize that they are on the course to get shot. And you are going to get in trouble for that, because you're the one who initiated it, right? So that's how I died last time. I was still at that sweet Children of Atom place, and I was shooting the zombies from afar, looking for a nice safe spot to be able to cheese them a little, and one of the children just walked in front of me, got very angry. I couldn't lose them in time, they dealt a lot of damage. So I'm back at Junction now. Which is not a problem really. I wanted to make the way back, and I think I remember how to get there again, but before I do so, I would like to get that thieving skill. Just in case we get into any trouble, we should be able to use it and get to safety quickly. Okay, so now we have a lot of water, and something weird just happened again. Can you see our skills? I don't know when it happened, but at number 4 we used to have our turret, and now it's stable water again. So I don't know if I did that by accident or if it was actually a bug. Oh, and now this works. Now we can move the water around the inventory. So was I don't know, moving it to the hotbar back then? Did we enable some weird sleeper function that doesn't normally work? No idea. But we want to have access to water because, like so, we heal 100 HP and regenerate 70 or 60 per pop. It's very, very good. Okay, a ton of zombies. We don't need to waste our ammunition or durability on them, we can just go like this. Now, the turret is not the most accurate thing, but if you are in a safe spot, you can pick them off from quite far away. Okay, I won't bother with the turret here because as much as I wish it was possible, you can't really relocate them. That's a common rod, by the way. Pretty cool loot. I definitely want to level up my fishing later on. As you can see, having access to food is really beneficial. It gives you constant buffs, like higher stamina regeneration, constant health regeneration, and best of all, unlike with bandages, when you consume a piece of food, you don't really get stunned or staggered like you do with bandages. You know, applying bandages takes a moment, slows you down, and the water you can just down in one swoop, so it's just some nice passive healing. That's a military zombie. It doesn't really matter in this game version. Before, you wanted to farm the same kind of zombie over and over because they would drop
I keep training this stuff. I will master it one day.
they would drop original pieces of armor. I think it is still the case, but with the rarity system and not every single item being upgradable to full, you just want to get lucky and then see where it goes. Which is a shame. I really like the system where you had to seek different kinds of zombies, like firefighter zombies or police zombies or riot zombies. They would all drop different pieces of armor that you could then upgrade to maximum. Okay, here's a bit of parking. I wonder if that zombie is going to be close enough to us to get interested. Doesn't seem so. I guess we maybe should be killing them, but at the same time, those are just lower level zombies. If we wanted to grind levels, we could go to that Children of Atom place. Okay, and this is Junction again. The guards are here. Now another spot that I found recently, right in this huge parking garage, there's 4 more parkometers. The Cobbler's Row is a pretty cool area. I think that's where either the PvP faction, aka if you kill someone from Junction, like a guard or something, when you get very bad karma and all the NPCs from there are hostile to you from default, that's where that faction has its headquarters. So you start respawning there instead. Okay, we got the coins. Now the coins, as you can see, they are worth $1 each, which is not a lot, but as I presented before, they can be used with those vending machines. And having constant access to good food is really, really cool. Okay, now there shouldn't be a lot of zombies. I usually aggro like 2 to 3 over here. There's just a single lockpickable item. But the way... oh, we can't open? Okay, we can. Sometimes you never know if you simply cannot hit the threshold, no, the hitbox or whatever, or if it hasn't respawned yet. I don't think I want to do loops over and over on stream, because it's going to be incredibly boring, so perhaps we should just pick a direction and start moving towards that way, see where it takes us. We are at level 9 right now. I believe every single level takes a little bit more XP, maybe not a little, to level up. So we are going to run into a huge block very, very soon. Oh, and please ignore the unread mails that I have. When I was in that Children of Atom place, I just sent some items to myself to clear the inventory a little. Funny enough, there is a mailbox over there, so you can do stuff like that. You know, have multiple characters, send one of them over there. I have no idea why I just uprooted this zombie, but doesn't really matter. Let's kill him, open those 3 parkometers, and we are at the waterfront again, so that's definitely not the right random direction to go. There we go. Let's go that way, I guess. So today Daryl, one of the players, the guy is like level 34 or something, very insane, he showed me one of the endgame places, the Observatory. It's like all the way up in the mountains. I don't think that's the way, actually. I think it's on the other side. There's mountains pretty much all around us, if you think about it. But there is a mountain place somewhere. And in that mountain place, which is completely unpopulated by... There's no zombies, there's no items, no nothing. You would think the whole area is abandoned, but if you go long enough, you are going to come across an observatory, like a big plate, you know, pointed at the sky. And that place is like crawling with high-level zombies. And obviously I died there because not only should I not have been there yet, but one of the roofs on that building was actually full of holes, and I fell through one of those. Okay, yeah, we are not going to get near water because the bug is going to ruin our eyesight. Not sure about you guys, but I can't see anything like this, so let's stay away from any waters. Oh wow. The windows are bad enough, we don't need to... Yeah, it's impossible to get around like this. Right, so one thing that I learned, when you are in a dangerous zone, you never want to sprint on your stamina. Technically, you just never want to sprint really, unless you are trying to get away from an enemy. Otherwise, it's just too dangerous. You need your stamina to be able to use abilities. So you want to have as much of that as you can. I wonder if I can get on top of this car and then deploy the turret. That's 62 bucks, very nice. Now another gripe I have with the turret is it's very hard to deploy it.
Why can't things just
As you can see, if it doesn't have enough space, you can't do it. And the game is very, very demanding when it comes to
one more time, I'm officially joining your fan club.
Demanding what the enough space is. Okay, but there we go. I wonder if we can use the third person to fight back against the zombies. Okay, if we rotate like this, actually they are having a tough time getting over to us, but we can't rotate quickly enough to actually target them, so we are going to have to melee everything down. There's a red spray can. One of the zombies still alive. Yeah, once they start swarming you, it's really hard to shake them off. Okay, let's just collect everything. A small rock. Okay, no thank you, I don't need that. There's a big policeman guy. Let's knife him down quickly. 2 pieces of moldy bread. Very, very nice, but no thank you. And there's the animal skull from before. Okay, I remember that I used to explore the fire department a lot before the new update. The place is teeming with those axes, safety axes behind glass, which is pretty cool, but I don't think it's quite as good as it used to be. Those axes were a good source of resources. We don't really need resources right now, and I doubt you can get good rarity from simply extracting those with a crowbar, so we are going to ignore it for now. But would you look at that? That's a whole parking, and there's 2 more parkometers. Hey Jem, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. There we go. Okay, so lockpicking compared to mechanics, it's a much more difficult skill to get off. Like, there is a route, yes, but the density of interactable objects is way lesser than with mechanics. We saw that there's like an entire gym area where on each floor there's like 3 to 4 objects that you can use your mechanics skill on. This one is a little bit tougher. Okay, we are on the right bank now. Not sure what that means, hopefully nothing too dangerous approaches. Okay, we can see over there, if you take a close look, there's the green zombies. Those are the ones that casted Disgust, so let's use our skill that prepares us for that. And there's 2 psychic zombies over there, also known as Psyducks. Let's try deploying our turret. Funny enough, despite being super loud, it doesn't really aggro all that many enemies. Okay, let's use our higher critical skill. Now let's use our revolver accuracy skill. There we go.
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
Oh yeah, we do need to reload. There we go. And he's down. Beautiful. Issues, why not? We are going to take them. Good quality simple pants, sturdy armor, and increase DR rating versus non-elite animals. So I guess that's good for hunting. Not an incredible skill, but we are going to take it. It's high rarity, so why the hell not? Okay. As you can see, we are picking them off from quite a high range. We are not incredibly accurate, but it's good enough to make a dent, and we do not need to reload, and we do not waste any ammunition. Oh, and we just saw a zombie respawn right before our eyes. Not sure what you guys think about it, but I feel like that shouldn't really happen, right? Oh, and there's more zombies again to the left. Let's pick them off while we are here. And the turret is out of ammo or out of time, whichever the case. Let's finish off with our revolver, deploy another. So one thing I just noticed is there is no point really in leveling up your turret skill. Bringing it to a higher level doesn't increase your damage output, it simply makes the skill reusable faster. And even when spraying everything with bullets, I wasn't able to use all the bullets faster than the skill would reload on the lowest quality. What just hit us? It's those guys.
I'm out of ammo.
You're suppressed and disgusted. Beautiful. Not sure what suppression does, but disgust means we are unable to use any consumables for as long as it lasts. There we go. Moldy bread, no good loot so far. Yeah, we probably shouldn't spend any more time here. They are respawning faster than we can kill them. It's a decent spot for leveling up. Those zombies were dropping like 100 XP each. But that is not why we are here today. So let's move on and search for some more thievables. Now we're at the east end. I can see some. Are those green zombies or military zombies or a mix of both? Whichever the case, we don't really want to get too close. But if you look over here, there's some parkometers. So let's try to deploy our turrets, clear out the area. I don't know if they're approaching us because they can hear us or not. I mean, we know we can hear the turret, but... no, I am not playing on the highest settings. Actually, I might be playing on the lowest settings. Oh, we just got a good submachine gun. And it has very good DPS. We might want to play around with this for a little. Okay.
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
Definitely different from the revolver. I liked revolver better, but with this DPS, our turret is going to do even more damage, so I guess we will use that for now. We're going to be mostly knifing anyway. Mood Music asking about the PvP. So the way PvP works right now is you can simply kill players. When you do that too much, your karma or reputation is going to go down. When your reputation is too low, you are going to stop respawning in the basic city of Junction, you know, the only safe zone in the game. You are instead going to start to respawn in a base of I don't know what they're called really, but there's like a whole faction of PvP oriented NPCs, you could say. They are the only ones who will accept you when you have killed too many players. Also, when your karma is low, other players can hunt you without a penalty. Okay, the map is huge, it's like immense. It takes easily like half an hour. Can you see that mountain over there? You can go there, it's accessible, it's not a border or anything. Hey Alan, welcome to the chat. So the map is really huge. Maybe when they finally release horses again, there used to be horses in the game, we will be able to explore the entire map. But right now, there isn't really much to see, to be frank. A lot of the map is completely barren. There's, you know, just
East End,
large...
where the rich used to live. Now everyone is equally poor and undead.
Yeah, our guy, as always, interrupting. So, there's large areas that contain pretty much nothing, and there's, well, nothing to do in there. Maybe I will be able to show one of such areas soon, if we continue going this way, because it does seem quite abandoned over there. But the developers plan on adding a lot of content all over the map, so the map is huge, which means there's still a huge potential for improvement. As for the graphics, really, the game can look very pretty, but I play on lower settings because it's either not well optimized yet or my computer doesn't really handle them well, whichever the case is. As long as I stream, I'm going to be on lower settings. So as you can see, this is mostly unpopulated. There's this huge highway area. All the way over there, there's not going to be much going on. Not sure if I said that right. Let's go that way, let's see what's over there. Just walking around exploring, it's part of the fun. The problem is when you're weak, when you're low level, you don't have many skills. Your exploration options are quite limited, because if you run into some stronger zombies, all your exploring is going to be for nothing. The game already has NPCs with quests, in fact. If you go to our previous streams, you can see that we have done a bunch of quests already. There's interesting quest lines, there's simple fetch quests. They're still being worked on, there's still more being added, but as for now, the quests are in already. Hey Jem, yes, I definitely have. In fact, we are outside of the city as of now, but here's the problem with going outside of the city. Some of these areas are going to contain literally nothing. It's going to be empty plains. There's like hotspots where you can find some zombies, but those are few and far in between. Like over there, there's some kind of farmhouse, a huge golden statue. I wonder if there's going to be zombies around here. Okay, we can see a bunch of crawlers out in the farmlands. Let's see what that is about. But first, let me unpause the music because it has stopped playing. Oh wow, that's a lot of zombies. There are already zombies that are bosses. So let me just... Is this a good idea? Should we start? If they all get aggro to us. Oops. Let's get away. So unique zombies and bosses, let me elaborate on that. There's non-unique zombies, like, you know, just a regular zombie, but oh, we don't have any ammo for this one.
I need more bullets.
How hard do they hit? 160, that's doable. Yeah, back on the topic, let me just stand here before we get into the kerfuffle so that I can explain this. There's mini-bosses, which are the newer mechanic, where random enemies can have a skull over their head. They're going to be tougher, they are going to yield more loot. And there's also just plain old boss zombies. I think we were close to one of them. Did you see that military complex over there? I think there's a military zombie guy over there who's a boss. There's a pink skirted abomination lurking around the city somewhere. There's a bunch of different bosses, but we are not yet ready to tackle any of them. Yeah, the lack of accuracy on that turret is horrid sometimes. Or maybe it's me just not being able to aim properly, but I think I'm going to blame this one on the turret. But the XP is good, those guys are easy pickings, so I should remember this place actually. So it's 550 meters northwest from the junction. Okay, let's see what they dropped. Maybe we got lucky and got something cool. A skull. A rotten apple. Wow, okay, that was definitely worth it. Okay, let's get out of this farmland. Oh, what we can see over there is a red zombie. Right now, most of the zombie types are simply recolors, but there are going to be more and more textures made. So there used to be no aggro range. Sadly, that had to be changed because the optimal way to farm bosses was to shoot a difficult boss, run away far away, lure him away to a place where you can, you know, get up a ladder and simply riddle him with bullets. So right now, the zombies do have an aggro range. If you lure them too far away, they are going to enter a protected state. They are going to home straight back to their original spot. And you won't be able to deal any damage to them until they have returned. Okay, this area is pretty difficult, to be frank. Take a look at all those zombies. I wonder if we can set up a turret over here.
Why can't things just work?
Why can't things just work?
Ain't working.
There's so many cool spots where I would really love to be able to place a turret, but
Just work.
just like our guy said, it's almost never possible.
Why can't things just
You require very flat terrain and a lot of space.
Why can't things
So
just
obvious spots like, you know, roofs,
Why can't
hills,
things just work?
stuff like that. For some reason you can never place your turret over
Ain't
there.
working.
Or maybe that's because our turret is still over there, very close. But I'm not sure about that.
Why can't things just work?
Can you change the terrain with tools? Nope, there is no way to alter the terrain right now. There are some deployable elements like barricades, turrets. Oh, I can harvest these. Interesting. Yeah, so there's items that you can place, but it doesn't really... Wow, they're just a commodity worth 18 pounds. Very cool. Yeah, there's no way to really alter the terrain. Okay, let's drink our final water. And think about going back to the city, because...
Where the only thing lower than the property values is the zombie IQ. I knew I'd get the hang of it eventually.
Okay, we got some levels, so let's invest our points. We got point into knives. Let's get a better attack speed with those. We got... what else? We got Thievery, of course, so let's get faster gathering. We got some levels in light armor, so let's get that. We've also unlocked a skill, but I don't really care about this one. And then we get this less durability usage, more maximum stamina, and faster application of bandages. No, when you're gathering and then the enemy hits you, you can just tank it. Nothing is going to happen to you. Okay, so these are premium wild poppies for 18, and that's an inferior wild poppy, which is 1. I'm going to throw it away. So while you're gathering anything, enemies can hit you, and you won't really take any damage. I mean, obviously you will take damage, but it is not going to interrupt you. So you can get attacked, you can continue doing your stuff. If you want to tank the damage, you are more than welcome to. Okay, and lucky us, we found some parkometers over here. So let's grab some coins. And we're closing in steadily on that 10th thieving level. What we need to get to unlock that cool skill is at least level 16. Ideally, we want like 20, 21, 20 I think, because we want to max it out to be able to use it every 20 seconds. But for now, let's keep a lookout. There's another golden bear statue, but this one doesn't have a bunch of enemies next to them, and there's a bunch of guys, and I don't know if they're hostile or not. So that's NPCs, definitely, but they look pretty tough, and I don't want to find out whether they are friendly or not the hard way, because we are low on medical supplies. So I'm going to steer clear for now. Let's see what's in the trash can. Maybe you are surprised positively. No, that's a yogurt cup. Okay, there's a schoolgirl zombie. Haven't seen this one before, I think. So let's keep our distance. Okay, important place to note, because that's a lot of mineable concrete and we are getting chased. And that's one of those zombies that can inflict debuffs, so let's use our debuff denial, get close and personal, and mow them down with the knife. Yes, you can do that. Actually, that's what the entire mechanics skill is for. You can walk up to items such as washing machines and electronics, stuff like that. You can dismantle that and receive resources which currently don't really have any use, but they are going to be useful with crafting later. That's a cream soda. Let's drink that for some passive health regen. Maybe in this garage we are going to find a washing machine, so I can present that. Well, right now every single interactable object, whether it is a tree... Oh wow, we probably don't want to engage with the zombies over here. Yeah, whether it's a tree or mineable concrete, anything like that, it's all the same. Just walk up to it and for a moment you are going to find yourself stuck with a green bar gathering the resource. Not very exciting, but hopefully it gets improved a little. Now, the zombies have pretty good popping, but it's far from perfect, so they can't exactly climb ladders, they sometimes get stuck on stairs, but generally, even though it's not going to be the most optimal, they are going to find a route to get to you. So I think they are at a pretty good spot. They used to be very dumb, very easy to dodge, not anymore. Maybe some puffing improvements could be made. Oh, there we go. Those are the washing machines, and as you can see, they are one of many items that can be dismantled using your mechanics skill, and just like that we got some nails and a piece of washer machine. Actually, you shouldn't have healed over there, but that's fine. I'm trying to find... okay, there we go. Chips and canned fish. We don't really need those premium poppies, they aren't really worth anything, we know where to find more, so let's eat that fish, eat those chips, and we should be regenerating for a moment. Broken camera, nothing too interesting. Okay, Junction is that way, so let's start slowly homing that way. Yeah, I mean, right now the nails don't really have any use. Back in the older version, you could simply extract metal from them, but that was like a very early proof of concept kind of crafting system, so I don't think that's going to be the final thing. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh yeah, except those weren't actually chips, those were crisps, right? Because they were in that packet. Because chips and fish is actually fries and fish. It depends on what kind of English you speak. That's confusing as heck. Okay, so we have found ourselves pretty much surrounded. Junction is that way. What I say we try to do is maybe we can get on top of this car and place the turret. Of course we cannot. Well, you can never use the turret in a cool way. It always has to be somewhere on the ground where you're easy to reach. Is it just me, or can we never hit a zombie when it's getting too close? You would think we should be able to hit them, but... Okay. That's not good. We got suppressed, which apparently means slowed. Let's try to get away. We are going to aggro a lot of enemies, but we have a secret trick up our sleeve, which is the toy robot, which is going to distract them for a while and let us make a clean escape. Now, the toy robot has one big flaw, which is it aggroes all the enemies in your vicinity. Even if there was a zombie that wasn't aggroed to you, the toy robot is going to draw them in from buildings, from everything. Can your character get drunk? Would you look at that? We just so happened to drop this here brandy. We are going to use it and see what happens. So we are drunk currently. Everything is all weird. We don't exactly walk straight. And we can hear some kind of... Can you hear that? It's very faint, so you might not be able to hear this, but there is some kind of government broadcast about the zombies. Okay, we are going to be drunk for the next 30 seconds. Which is no surprise because we just downed an entire brandy by ourselves. But the good news is we got a pack of chips, so let's get them done with. A compass, and that's only $3 in a zombie apocalypse.
One step at a time.
So first aid exists, but right now crafting first aid items is limited to you break down items that give you cloth, you break down items that give you chemicals, and then you can create medical packs. And I think alcohol counts as chemicals, but I'm not 100% sure. And frankly, it doesn't really matter that much. You can use any other resource. You can get like soap or Kleenex or whatever else is available. Okay, so we got a bunch of different stuff. Since we are already at the gates to Junction, I think we are going to head in, leave some of our items in our bunker because we got some good holes. And then we can get back to exploration. Now keep in mind we are being wildly inefficient. We aren't getting good levels or focusing on the skill as much as I would like. But the most optimal way to level up a skill right now is to simply run circles around the same safe spots. That's incredibly boring, so I don't want to put you guys through that. But of course I am not going to ignore any thieving spots nearby, so let's get those phone pay thingies and get our thieving up a little bit. Yeah, so to quickly comment on the turret, it has gotten better, but it's still a little bit janky. Okay, page 1, we should have some room over here. We were going to check out this sniper rifle, but I guess it's going to wait for the next time. We are not going to be using a reputable fishing rod anytime soon. We actually had one already, so we shouldn't have picked this one up. Okay. Should we switch our main weapon? I don't think so. Well, maybe. If we have enough ammunition for this one. That's 50x FN 5.7. We do have some of that. Would you look at that? Okay, so let's, for now, test that other weapon. I'm going to store all of this ammunition. And it stacks up to 400, that's pretty cool. This is also the one, this is the one. Let's try to play around with rifles, submachine guns, I mean. There is some, and that seems to be it. Yeah, we probably don't need that many, but let's just make sure we don't run out. And let's dismantle some of the junk that we collected over the way. We don't need any of these. The tissues, they're also unnecessary. So the first aid items, as you can see, we can craft bandages, first aid kits, large medipacks. Actually, is it just me or... oh wait, never mind. I thought that the large medipack is cheaper than the first aid kit, but that's not the case. It's simply the price for 2 large medipacks versus 5 first aid kits. Anyway, we don't need those right now. Let's leave the bunker. See where it takes us. There we go, there's our submachine gun. We can hold it in one hand, which is pretty cool. Let's see if spawn machines are restored. Not yet. So the way resources work over here, I think it's random to an extent. How soon you can extract some resources again. And it also seems to be based on vicinity. So if you walk far enough away, it's going to restore faster. At least that's something that I have noticed thus far. There we go, a bunch of coins. I really wish we could get something more interesting than just coins. But at the same time, the coins are really, really valuable. Okay, let's see how that submachine gun does.
I guess I need to reload.
Yeah, we need to reload, of course. I guess it's a little bit cooler than the revolver. The revolvers felt very slow to me, so maybe I should switch to this one. There's very little recoil, so it doesn't feel like you're really firing a good gun, but there we go. Also, oh, it has improved critical strike chance, I mean. That's going to be pretty good, I suppose, considering it shoots so many bullets. Very nice. Yeah, I think the revolvers are just objectively worse than anything else. So let's roll with the submachine gun for now, see how well it does. And we find ourselves in the same place again, by the way. We have been so many times. Maybe we should enter this room and see what's inside. I guess why not? Let's try to explore the building a little. It can't really hurt. If we need to make a quick getaway, we have the toy robot. So I think we should be good. Wow. I am liking this new weapon very much.
Prove really useful down the road.
It's way easier to keep up the DPS. Okay, we just got to level up in that skill, so let's take a look. Submachine guns. The active skill increases damage and reduces recoil. I'm definitely taking it. Let's replace the revolver skill for now, see how it works. Yeah, I don't really feel the recoil at all when firing this weapon, but the additional damage is definitely a nice boost, so
a zombie or two.
Okay, this place is full of washing machines, but not every washing machine can be dismantled, so it doesn't instantly make it very useful for leveling up mechanics. Yeah, we don't need all those heavy boots. There we go. Okay, these ones, I guess, actually I forgot. We have this cool skill that highlights every single interactable object, so it's only these two washing machines that can be dismantled. Oh, as well as those gym items. So that's 6 mechanical spots. We aren't going to be dismantling them because 1, it's going to be boring, 2, there's better places to level up your mechanics. Oh yeah, the submachine guns are mighty.
I have to reload.
With the revolvers I would have been overrun already. There we go, a pack of chips, we can eat it straight away. Restore some of our HP, there's some table water, I'm going to grab it. Traditional gloves.
I'm out of ammo.
I wonder what kind of tradition they follow. Alright, there wasn't really much in that building, but at least now we know. Wow, we're leveling up so fast. Actually, I'm starting to wonder if leveling up your gun skills depends on the damage you deal, or if it is perhaps the amount of shots you take, right? So every single shot that connects gives you a little bit of gun XP, in which case submachine guns are going to be so quick to level up. It's actually going to be insane. Okay, I think we have gone that way already. Or have we, actually? Let's take a look around that lighthouse over there. Oh yeah, there's the church. I think we've been here plenty of times already. Very nice. I'm very much enjoying this new weapon. The green revolver was the first green weapon that I got, so I simply decided offhandedly that I'll be using revolvers, but that was a bad decision. The SMGs are objectively better. Every single way. A chisel, why not? And I really hope the guns aren't too loud, but there's really not much I can adjust with them. Okay, those guys are having a pool party, so we are not going to bother them. And, oh yeah, look at all those parkometers. Can we open every single one? That's like 6 in a single spot. If so, that's really, really cool. And this little area seems to be pretty much zombie free, which means I should consider coming here more often. Maybe if there's some more thieving spots that way or this way, we could figure out a route. There we go, bunch more coins. Oh wow, that's a lighthouse, alright. I mean, there is upper floors, but there's no ladders connecting them. So you can't exactly do that. Oh, we can fish from here. That's cool. Okay, so let's fish some fishes while I explain. You cannot lure out a lot of zombies, as in the zombies have a aggro range. If you try to walk up to a zombie, if you get its aggro, and then you walk too far away from it, it is going to stop giving chase. It's going to turn back, it's going to become invulnerable for a while. This was done to prevent cheesing tactics against certain bosses, because it was like way too easy to cheese a boss. You were able to simply, get aggro, move to a place with a lot of ladders, step on some kind of high ground, and never take a single point of damage from him. Now it's no longer possible. Oh, by the way, the glitch is over. I no longer see the loading screen on the water. which is very nice. Yeah, so because of that, you can no longer create large hordes of zombies, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any large hordes of zombies. There's areas where you can very much lure them. They're all going to be in your aggro range, and you can get in a lot of trouble by simply being a little bit too brazen, using too loud weapons, stuff like that. So the answer is yes and no. Like you saw in that village a while ago, there was a ton of zombies, and there was probably more of them in a hex nut. Nice. Probably more in the buildings. If we weren't careful, we probably would have gotten swarmed. Plastic bag, $1. I wonder what's inside of this container. Oh, a sandbag. Wow, that's very useless. I was hoping for something cool because those are like bullets on it. Maybe some kind of a weapon, but that's nothing. Very nice. Yeah, so gunplay feels way better with a submachine gun. I definitely do not recommend revolvers to anybody. So, benefits of PvP. Let me just simply check this tool rack, and it's just a hex nut. Wow. And this is going to be circuit board. Wow. And that's an old zombie and a new zombie hitting us through the wall. Perfect. So, PvP. I am not sure if you get any XP by killing other players. So I cannot confirm this because I haven't killed any other players. We might need to test that later. But something that I can tell you for sure is... Oh, that's a zombie going back to its original spot right there.
I'm out of ammo.
Wow, that guy has a lot of HP. Okay, one thing I can say for sure is there is a lot of merit to PvPing. When a player dies, they are going to lose all the durability, I mean some of the durability of all their equipped items, and they're going to drop their entire inventory that is below on the ground. So if you kill a player that has just returned from a looting spree, you are able to grab all of their stuff. You're going to be able to grab their ability items that are required to cast abilities. You can do a lot of damage like this. Okay, so I guess that's a spiritual successor to the Bikini Zombie, except that's a one-piece swimsuit. Okay, this area looks like a perfect spot for a turret, so let's deploy that and have some fun. I have no idea where they went. But they don't seem to be approaching us anytime soon, so...
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
There we go. Yeah, so there's merits and demerits to PvP. If you do it too much, you're going to run into trouble with karma. But there are probably ways to restore your karma anyway, so... Looting bodies of players is definitely a very lucrative endeavor. Let's restore some of our HP. Reload. So what we are seeing over there is a hazmat suit zombie. That has also wandered out of its range, seemingly on its own, which is weird. But I wonder if there's any place where we can just set up a turret. That's not right at all. You're going to get a lot of stuff from killing other players. Like I said, you don't get their equipment that they have on. They're going to lose their durability on death, but that's it. But all the items that they have looted in their inventory below, in this square over here, you are going to get it. It's going to drop on the ground, you will be able to pick it up, so that's a lot of cash. There's definitely a lot of reasons to do PvP. Yeah, that is worth it, because collecting a full inventory of items, especially if it's like good gear and stuff and not just generic junk, it does take a while. So if somebody is low on supplies coming back from a longer hunt, if you're able to snag their stuff, you are going to get ahead. I wonder if we can run that way, get on top of that building and set up a turret there. Though somehow I already think I know the answer to that. Let's just try to set up shop over here. We can't.
Why can't things just work?
I think that's because our turret is still over there. Somewhere, right? Yeah, I can see it there. Oh, and we got targeted while we were busy not looking. A common mullet, okay. And those guys have seen us. I think it's about time for us to dip. Let's try to get over next to our turret and regroup a little. Oh, that was a nice emergency eject. And that's another submachine gun skill up. I think this time we are going to go for something like damage increase, yes. Absolutely. That's a lot of cash on a swimsuit zombie. Alright, do we want to give another shot at the hazmat suits, or do we just move back toward Junction? Okay, so they are still working on the gameplay, the base gameplay loop. There's going to be more to it than just doing what I do right now, which is grinding levels and items. You're going to be able to craft, to expand your base. The skill trees themselves are also pretty interesting, so that's something. We do not know how large the servers will be at the end, but the map is really big, so I can't say exactly how many players a server will sustain, but I think it's going to be quite a lot. I think they are aiming for a full-fledged MMO where everybody is on the same map, like within Europe region, etc, etc. Though, yeah, I am not 100% sure about that. You will need to ask somebody on the official Discord. The devs are there, they are active, they are very open to answering any questions, so If there's anything I can't answer, I'm sure they will be happy to. As for the end game, they are still working on the gameplay loop, like I said. The crafting, gathering resources, it's still going to be reworked a little bit. It's going to be different than it is right now. Where is that zombie going even? I wonder if it can path towards us. Oh yeah, it cannot. It goes over there and then loses aggro range. Very nice. Yeah, this is way too janky. It's no use doing it here. As for the end game, we don't know how long it will take to reach the end game. Like, ideally, the end game would be, because there is a level cap, there is a skill cap. You can only max 5 skills. After that, you have to go for something else. Considering all of that, there is going to be a well-defined end game at some point. Right now, it's probably just a couple of bosses. There's some very high-level areas, which are very tough, even as bare bones as the game is right now, where the zombies have a lot of different abilities. There's a lot of ranged zombies, there's also human NPCs with guns that are able to do harm to you from range, so it's not all very easy drifting, just as we are seeing today. I'm mostly in the low level areas right now, so we're kind of cruising. There's going to be like more player claims, where you can claim an area, where it's open PvP, where people can kill you without penalties, where you will be able to gather some resources for a longer amount of time. There's going to be raids, dungeons. They have a lot of stuff planned.
I'm out of ammo. I have to reload.
Okay, so the way rare loot works right now, it's many different items with different rarities. As you can see, you can roll an item that has a rarity anywhere from poor to, I think, excellent. It's like gray, white, green, blue, purple. I have been playing for a couple of good hours now, like over a couple of weeks, and I have yet to find a blue item legitimately. Like, I have one, but as it turns out, a fellow player just dropped it for me and I didn't realize, so thanks for that, but generally I have not found a blue item just yet. Now, it used to be that certain item types were only dropping rarely from special kinds of enemies, and I would very much want to see that back, but as things are right now, the kind of item you have is purely flavor, and what really matters is the color, the rarity, right? But it's still very early alpha. Things are bound to change, and hopefully they changed for the better. You're very welcome. I'm doing these streams exactly so that people who do not have access to the game can come in, take a look, ask questions. Keep in mind, down at the bottom of the screen you can see it's very early alpha footage. There's going to be more. Everything is going to be more fleshed out.
I have to reload.
But one important thing to note is, even though the game is still very early in development, it already is a lot of fun. There might not be enough content to keep you occupied for a long period of time, but once again, heavy boots, very nice. Once again, there is still more, way more to expect from them. We're getting overrun from all the directions right now. I can't even get a good sentence out because my brain is divided between the game and trying to talk to you guys. Maybe I should just shut up sometimes and stop saying random shit. Okay, do we have any other food items? I don't think so. And we are also running... Ooh, a gas mask. That's really cool. I mean, it's worse than our current item, but I just want to see how it looks. Yeah, it's really nice. The graphics have changed a lot. It used to be way more cartoonish before. I still have old streams of that. I mean, it was a very nice type of graphics. I liked it a lot, actually. But this is definitely an improvement. It's way more 3D, way more modern. The zombies look way janky. And you still get people on the internet. There was one comment that really annoyed me. On one of the official trailers of the game, there was somebody who commented, and it was the most liked comment, by the way. The comment said that, oh, it's another scam or something, you know? I find that so surprising that people are so quick to call a game a scam just because it's still in early access. Like, I understand that it might not look the most impressive right now, but from experience, I can already tell you that games that have very good graphics, insane no matter what, you know, highest end, super tier, God Ray kind of graphics, from a indie studio on release, they're almost definitely going to be never released or a scam or something. You get to see everything pretty much the entire time. You get to speak with the developers directly, you get to ask questions.
I'm out of ammo.
You can get involved if you wish, you know, suggest things, test things for them. Well, not right now, because the alpha is closed, and only people who joined up before can play, but that's beyond the point. Oh, I'm going to answer your cash question in just a moment, but we have just seen something very, very intriguing. That is a skulled enemy right there. So I'm going to deploy our turret right over here. I'm going to try to quietly take down this zombie. And of course, we fail. Just barely though. A screwdriver, I'm going to take it, we don't have one. Okay. There's that crawler crawling up on us. Let's clean up a little. I'm not sure how hard that skull zombie is going to be, but I would rather... Okay. Okay, it wasn't very tough at all. Let's clean up and see if it dropped anything. That's a nice collection of bones. That's a very nice random zombie over here with a gamepad. More bones. Another bone. And here's the guy. We get a cinder block chip, a bottle of table water, and some cash. We're going to drink the water straight away. Now, I'm not sure how good of a loot you could get from a skulled enemy, but it's very, very cool. Just randomly generated mini bosses that you could find anywhere while exploring. I find that very exciting. I believe the ownership works as in the first person to loot is the first person to get. The experience gain, it depends on how much damage you dealt. So if somebody killed a zombie, like dealt 99% of the damage, you dealt 1%, you are going to receive roughly 1% of the EXP that the zombie would yield. But if you are closer to the enemy and you can loot the item, I mean the bug that it drops faster than the person who killed it, then that loot is yours. So it's fair, as in it's impossible to grind off somebody else's kills, but you can still steal their loot, which is really, really cool in my opinion. It's not just a matter of the strongest player gets the loot if you're faster than them, or... Cool, that's an upgradable pair of gloves. Can be green. Yeah, if you're just faster, you know, a little bit more brazen, if you run in, grab stuff, get away before they kill you, you can get away with some clean loot. So let me get back to the turret tooltip right here. It despawns when you run out of ammo on it. It has 100 shots, by the way, or after 900 seconds. And you can have only one deployed, though I think the 900 seconds thing is a little bit more generous. I feel like I were able to place the turret again when I have walked away enough and it simply despawned on its own. But I am not 100% sure. Maybe it was just my imagination back then.
Welcome to Midtown, where the street performers are mostly aggressive undead. This just turned ugly.
Broken drill, that's useless. Another level in submachine guns. I'm starting to think that it's really not about damage but about hits. But I will have to ask devs about it later. Okay. So this little hunting shop, it used to be the first area where guns were obtained. So in the older game, it wasn't like it is right now, where ammunition and guns were overflowing everywhere. You could only get guns from a very select few enemies, as well as special containers like these, where you could steal guns from. It's mostly going to be just ammunition though. There should be some ammo boxes over here, very nice. As well as over here. And yeah, we're running out of ammo, by the way. I think we had like 5 full stacks, even more. So while submachine guns are pretty potent, they also drain ammo like crazy. Thankfully, it's still early alpha and there's a shop that sells a ton of this stuff for pretty cheap, so we won't run out of ammo anytime soon, but it's a pretty good thing to note for later. Because I'm sure the ammo is going to be made more scarce again later. Shared, upgradable to common, not very good. Any food items? Canned sausages, I'll take this. There we go. Let's get some passive regeneration going. There is nothing of the sorts right now, but I think it's a pretty good idea, so... Yeah, I would definitely like... Oh, there we go, a basket, finally. We get a backpack. The way backpacks work in this game, you lose them on death, obviously, and they give you, depending on rarity, some additional inventory space. Yeah, I would love to see some simple mini games like chess and stuff. And I cannot imagine it's going to be difficult to add something like this. Binoculars, not useful at all. Can we dismantle this little generator? No. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Really no telling with this. Now this place, this roof, it used to have a NPC on it, a friendly NPC, but I guess not in this version. Okay, let's go back downstairs, see if anything has respawned. Yeah, most of the zombies are back already. I feel like it's a little bit too fast. Like you clear an area and you don't get to make a getaway. As soon as you get back, there's zombies all over again. And it's not a bad thing. I'm sure there should be areas where zombies respawn very quickly to simulate that they're, you know, coming from all over the place, swarming you in an overwhelming way. But there's also areas where they really should respawn a little bit slower. I don't know if it's like a global thing where all the zombies respawn at the same rate or not. It definitely feels that way. The respawn has been rather quick. Up to the point where we could simply see them respawning.
Midtown, where the half of Sale now
It's just on a timer. I don't know if there is like a zone around you that blocks zombies from respawning, but it's either very small or non-existent. Like on this stream alone, we have seen zombies pop back into existence before our very eyes while we were gunning down the group from where they came from. It's a little bit janky, but I'm sure it's going to get worked on. We have to report such things, we have to make sure that developers hear about this because, you know, there's things you can work out by yourself when developing the game, and there's things that only get really visible when you pay attention to them as a player. And you don't have to thank me every single time I answer your questions, it's my pleasure to do so, so just ask away and don't worry about the TYs. I appreciate you being here. There is no fast travel as of now. However, we have already raised the question of the map being very, very large. And even with the horses, it wasn't exactly a breeze to explore the whole thing. Getting around still took a lot of time.
So that's how it works? Finally.
Developers mentioned they have something in mind, they are going to work on it, but we don't know yet how exactly. We have no details. Some sort of fast travel would be very, very nice though. You know, maybe from a safe zone to a safe zone, provided that you have already made the path once. Though that would be maybe a little bit too easy, I don't know, but there has to be a way, right? Okay, one of the reasons why I wanted to level up my mechanics, by the way, was this skill over here. It simply increases your resistance to all damage types: fire, lightning, radiation, and acid. I think radiation is the kind of damage that the Psyducks deal, so that's really cool. At the highest level you get 20% damage resistance. It's really, really strong. Anyway, back to Thievery. Just 6 more levels and we are going to have it. We have been very inefficient. I'm going to probably finish the skill on my own later on, but wait a minute, we have leveled up to level 10. Which means we get to choose one of those here, major perks. Let's see. So I can either increase my crit chance by 6%, my crit damage by 10%, my jump height by 12%, that's interesting. Maximum hit points by 10, stamina, reload speed, cooldown reduction, 8% global cooldown reduction, this one is very strong. Consumable headshot damage, that's really nice. Karma gain, or karma loss reduction, I'm sure the karma loss reduction can be very strong when you want to engage in PvP sometimes, but not exactly become a bad karma character. Reputation gain, weapon accuracy, weapon recoil reduction, and resistance to elemental debuffs. So if you can upgrade it by 10% 3 times, that gives you a total of 30% resistance, along with the engineering 20%, that's like 50% resistance if it stacks like this. That's very strong. But I think I'm going to go for the jump height. The reason why? Let me show you. This skill over here, if you go into thieving again, sure, there's Ghost Walk that I really want to get, but there's also this. Increased climbing speed and increased jump height by 20% at the highest level. So I believe if you stack jump height from leveling up with jump height from cat-like agility from Thievery, you should be able to make some really good jumps. And when combined with mechanics, if the turret is going to be adjusted a little bit to make it easier to place it on buildings, the ability to jump on top of something, place a turret over there, and be safe for a while should be invaluable. And you really cannot overstate how useful jump height is. I'm going to go to the bunker quickly because we have a lot of valuable items that I would like to store. Michael Jordan of Persist Online. Well, I'm not a huge fan of basketball, but did he really jump that high? I know that all basketball players are quite tall, right? So does he actually jump higher than an average person? As in, do we measure his jump height by how high can he reach, or by how far does he get off the ground? You know? Because that's an important question to ask, if you ask me. Okay, cinder block chips. I doubt we're going to need them. Let's dismantle some of those coins. We could use some more bandages, but I'm going to take care of that later. For now, let's just place everything back. In fact, we should do it like this and dismantle some of those coins. Oh, actually, when you dismantle coins through the workshop, you don't get money like with dollar bills, you get metal instead. That's interesting, but you can sell them for, well, $1 each, so. And something that I wanted to do... Right, I don't think I care about upgrading my gloves right now. These are flexible armor. Maybe I do, maybe I should upgrade them. But I won't bother with that right now. We don't really need good gear just to run around the inner city, so let's relax.
The Junction stronghold. It's clean. It's safe. I could be at far worse places these days.
I'm afraid right now you cannot destroy any windows. They're not interactable. You can break into cars, but that's just treated like, you know, opening something with a skill. Just like we are doing lockpicking on these phone booths. So it's really not it. A lot of the windows are already broken, in which case you can get out through them, and I have done that many a time before. Though breaking the glass would be a pretty cool mechanic, frankly. Maybe we can see that in the game at some point. But for now, here's what I wanted to do. Let's repair our submachine gun. Let's sell some of that ammunition. And let's buy more of our ammunition. 40 cash per 400 bullets. That's a steal. Our weapon uses a lot of bullets, so we are going to get a lot of shots from this guy. Yeah, so as you can see, it's so easy to get ammo, it's dirt cheap, but I believe that is not going to be how the game looks like at the end of development. It's simply made accessible because we want to be able to test the guns, but I'm quite sure it's going to be a little bit more challenging to get your hands on a good gun and ammunition for that gun later on. Maybe not very much more challenging, but it's definitely way too easy as it is right now. Okay, we can hear a zombie yelling at us. I don't think we need to bother those guys, so let's just get going around the city. Is there any direction where we haven't explored yet? We have been over there to the waterfront, we have looped around through here. Maybe let's go towards one of those mountains instead. Right, we have been through here, we have come back right next to the fire station the last time, and we met that skull zombie, so we also won't go that way. Common shotgun. I'm going to take it because it's worth quite a bit. Right, we have just been to the hunting shop, so I'm not going to go there again. I doubt it has respawned in such a short period of time. And the empty store is definitely not too interesting for us, so maybe we should just head over there. No wait, have we been to Midtown? I don't know, honestly. But just look at how many zombies there are. Now when it comes to dealing with groups, it appears that melee weapons are the best, because they can hit many enemies at the same time. And they also don't generate noise. Which means you don't have to worry about zombies coming to you in many numbers. You can't explore the sewers just yet. There is some underground sections of the city. It's not exactly sewers, but there is some underground stuff. But I would love to see sewers, frankly. A claustrophobic feeling of the tunnels, having nowhere to go from left or right. Sorry about that, I had to mute myself for a second. And as you can see over there, I think that zombie just spawned right next to us, so it is a little bit quick. An AA battery. I think we forgot to buy water again, but we found some cream sodas over there, and that's a lot of zombies. Should we be retreating to a higher floor of a building? Probably not. But we have tricks up our sleeve, such as jumping out the window, just like so. There we go.
Guess I need to reload.
That was perfect. We had just enough ammo in our clip. Yes, that was an option to change your family. And your family is basically your set of 3 characters tied to the server. There are currently 2 servers, there's Europe and South America, I think. And each family that you create can contain 3 characters. They're going to be connected through your bunker. Wow, a lighter on a dead cop. I was hoping for a gun. Oh, we can disassemble this thing. That's cool. Yeah, so it's called family sometimes. It used to be called a squad before, and wow, okay. That's the worst. Definitely needs to be reworked. You can't even use this. Okay, what do we have here? Binoculars, wow. From a big military raid, you really don't want to see that. Let's climb down this little rope over here. Oh, would you look at that? We found a secret little spot with more ammunition and potentially guns. Very nice. That is the ammunition for our SMG, so that's very welcome. Do we find anything cool over here? There's a baseball ball right below that bed. Another pair of binoculars, some kind of moldy water in the sink. And there we go, some food items. Let's do those crisps over here. And funny enough, this is walled off, but those zombies just hit us through the wall, which happens sometimes. Yeah, the hitboxes need to be worked on a little, but this is essentially a safe spot in the middle of the city, where the zombies have no idea how to reach you. I am liking this. I wonder... we can do something cheeky like this. Wait, whoa. Dang it. That was a lot of damage we didn't want to take. But I think if we angled ourselves a little bit better, we could have been able to land on that little roof over there. And maybe, just maybe, we would be able to deploy our turret on it. I know that I am boring with that turret all the time, but I really love the idea of how the turret works, and I don't often get to show it off, so you have to bear with me. I'm going to be using the turret a lot. Okay. So over there, there's the Dustman base. They're naturally hostile from the beginning, at least to me. I don't know, maybe I accidentally killed one of them at some point. In any case, we are going to steer clear. Oh, a beanie! That is in fact... I love this. Okay, while we are on this thieving grind, we are going to be wearing the beanie, I think. Or maybe not. I think we prefer to stay alive. But I definitely love the design of that one. Okay, we are going to try to avoid some of these guys. Get that hipster zombie, a brown pouch, why not?
Works? Finally. This should prove really useful. I'm out of ammo. Welcome to Midtown, where the street performers are mostly aggressive undead. And tips.
Some moldy bread, some cream sodas. Let's have one of those sodas, in fact. Maybe pineapple juice. And let's see, we leveled up with submachine guns yet again. So let's improve our damage a little bit more. I want to take a look around in those tents.
Cobbler's Row. Shoes. We just pray our boots don't fail us during a chase.
So that is something that I mentioned before, but when it comes to leveling skills, I really hope that at some point we can get access to like higher difficulty, higher level skill areas, because right now, no matter what you do, whenever you interact with a skill, aka simply use it, it's going to always yield the same amount of skill experience. What I would love to see is... Let me just shoot those zombies and explain. For example, that little spot that we found on top of a building in a remote location that you had to reach through a ladder and a rope, that's really cool. But there is no reason in the game currently to seek areas like this out, because it's always better... Nice. It's always better to go somewhere near the city in a safe area that is closer, that has possibly way more interactables next to it. Because there's no shortage of areas like this. So while I'm just trying to have fun, and I am looking for areas like these,
Perfect for those who like a little bit of risk.
most players frankly will not care. But if, for example, that little hidden area was worth, I don't know, 4 times the XP a regular parking meter gives, then that becomes a valuable resource, especially if you get a better loot from there. And we already know that like rare resources are a thing already, but I think they should be distributed way more generously.
Lower Hill. Perfect for those who like a little bit of risk with their real estate.
This is why you wear belts, by the way. When you become zombie, you at least want to look a little bit cool. I wonder if we can slap it over here.
Ain't working.
Sadly not. Crypto trading 101. Books are worth a decent amount of money, but they also take a lot of space, so I don't really pick them up. I feel like I really should start picking up...
Where the rich and famous became the rich and tasteless to zombies.
I should start picking up more items on the way. There's junk. Yeah, we're going to collect some potatoes. We're going to use it for food and stuff. And also is going to level up our botany, which is not the point today, but... Oh, and she spotted us. That was a tough zombie. Yeah, so if you guys ever die in a zombie apocalypse, you better hope to be a green shooter zombie, because those are pretty strong. And there's no water in the pool. Ooh, that's a lot of zombies. Let's eat a potato. Turn back around.
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
Cash. Okay, what's shooting us? Oh, it was a crawler zombie. I see, I see. Rifle, how much is it? 101. It's a bit too large for us to bring along. I did not want to bring those pants with me, so we're going to drop them. We got a ton of leather pants already. Let's eat another potato. I need to find a nice spot where we can emerge. Yeah, our jumping height is not good enough yet, but if we level up more, we will be able to simply jump over the fence, which I think is really cool. And that zombie somehow just either spawned right inside of the fence.
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
Or it found a way to get through. That's a lot of debuffs. Yeah, it must have spawned over here, because I doubt he crawled under the fence. Wow, we're getting destroyed over here. I can't even tell what's attacking us right now. Oh, it's another one of those cycling zombies.
Click, click. I guess I need to reload.
Okay then, let's head back to the junction. It has been around 2 hours already, so we will be slowly wrapping things up. Let's see if we can avoid any unnecessary conflict. That's a nice little car shop. That's a spot that I found last time. You can find this beautiful blue Lamborghini over here, and oh, I thought you could interact with this, but I guess it was this all along. Power drill, nothing interesting. But this little Lamborghini, very, very nice. Okay, and we can already see the famous boss gate with the big red safe zone written on it. Let's get inside and we'll be logging off for tonight. Alright, so that was a very chill stream. I didn't really have anything planned for today, and it probably showed, but I think we still had quite a bit of fun. For our next stream, I'm going to try to have our skills already prepared, so that we can jump higher and lose aggro on wheel. And then we are going to probably head to one of the hardest areas in the game. One of my friends, Daryl, is probably the highest level player on the server right now. He has shown me the way. It's a little bit far away, but we are going to take the trek together. And we are going to try to figure out a way to cheese those enemies, because it definitely seems worth it. So, thank you very much everybody for watching. We are going to try something more fun next time. If you have any more questions, if you want to engage with the game more, there should be a link to official Persist Discord in the description. You're very welcome to hop in, ask any questions you may have. The developers are very open, very eager to work with everybody, very happy to hear any suggestions. So please do that if you feel like it's interesting to you. And as always, I will see you next time. Wow, you can press F12 and hide the UI. It's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, never mind that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.